Hello there, this is Creative Matthew, and this is going to be just a simple little live stream of me just creating a little concept, just not even a full concept piece, but just getting an idea out for a little temple type thing. So I do have reference of just some kind of actual temples from history and stuff. But anyway, so this is mainly just like, I always thought it was kind of cool when you had Indiana Jones and like Tomb Raider type thing, where you had this temple that you're exploring and you have these different rooms. And actually one of my favorite things is like the little booby traps that you see them inside the game or inside the movie. Anyway, in like actual, for a game or a movie, in a movie you have like the director, those guys are all have control of kind of what you see and that sort of thing. In a game, you're going to have people going through and playing, and they can see it all different angles, so you want to kind of plan out that idea. In a movie, you just create a set. Like, okay, we're really showing it from this side or this side. But in a game, they can see it from any side they want. So you want to make it so that there's some sort of interest wherever they're looking. And I mean, like Indiana Jones and also even Tomb Raider, when they used kind of elements of different cultures. Like if they're going to use something from the Himalayas, they're going to try to find out what ancient culture might have lived there, or what might be something that they'd use, and if there was some ancient culture there. In this case, I'm going to just really get a rough idea out. Maybe refine it, maybe not. Depends on how long this thing is going already. Let's see. It looks too much like a cartoon dog. And it is supposed to be a rough idea, but let's make it a little bit better than that. First, let's just start with a rough background. Because a lot of those games and movies, they have, and it's like spears coming out or something shooting. I thought it'd be cool to figure out some other kind of booby trap. I haven't done it yet. I mean, outside of like in the movie Tomb Raider, they had the actual statues come to life, which I like that idea. I mean, there's lots of things that have already been done, but the thing is, how do you change it around to make it a little bit different for your own movie or your own game? You don't necessarily take Tomb Raider and just try to duplicate that, or even take the idea of Tomb Raider. You take the idea of a explorer, but not necessarily specifically a like the character of Laura Croft. That's their character. Leave it as their character. Indiana Jones is LucasArts' character. Leave it as their character. You use the idea of, okay, we're gonna have an explorer exploring a tomb, but what is he gonna? What is this like? What's the point of this explorer? Create your own character. Write it out. Figure that character out. In this case, I know this is just a building, like the temple, but it's like a ancient temple with booby traps. And we're going to have, let's see, something in here that you're trying to get. Let's zoom in so that you can see a little bit easier if you're looking at something small. All this is just an idea. Just something to get the juices rolling for whoever is creating this movie or this game. I don't like that. What layer did I do that on? That's still rough. Let's see. Increase the size of this. It's also supposed to be stone. So this is just giving ideas to whoever would be creating this. In this case, it's just me just having some fun with things I always thought was kind of cool in movies and games. Room filled with these dangers, which in reality you wouldn't want to actually have to deal with. You'd want to just be able to see all the pretty cool looking things, but yeah, I don't think you really would want to have to actually deal with anything. What like things interest you when it comes to games and movies and that sort of thing? If you were to become a designer or something, would you want to design the characters, the creatures? I tell you can do more than one thing. But if you had like one thing that was your all-time favorite, what would it be? And I like kind of like monstrous creatures, that sort of thing. But I also really like the environments, the worlds. That always intrigued me. Let's see. Let's go to my reference. Let's zoom in on one of these things. The shapes that I was putting down before were supposed to be like triggers, but I don't know if I like that idea. I like this. These would be supports right here, but let's zoom in on actual reference. And zoom in here. actually not supposed to be. I'm not entirely sure what that's supposed to be in the reference. It's like some sort of weird looking face. So, but then again, I'm not trying to follow the reference exactly. The reference is just, it's actual ancient temples, like ones from Egypt. I'm not sure where the other ones are located at. One might be South America. I'm pretty sure it is, because it looks like they are using kind of a jaguar theme. And these are actual temples that exist. But in this case, use reality, but then you change it for what your story is going to be. I like this idea of us opening in the ceiling. So that's a little bit close. Let's shoot this thing down. Don't want a tangent. So actually, you know whatever a tangent is, it's where 2 points connect, and it tends to make it a little bit too focal. Yeah, and then leave it out. It's supposed to be kind of like a movie trap, but it doesn't quite fit. These could be things that come to life. I'm trying to think, kind of like this thing's carved. Let's move the eye up where the other eye is. Trying to make it quite so rounded. And they can carve things round, but it's a little easier to keep it if they actually carve things. To make it a little bit less round. This is just the rough idea where they can say, okay, I like this idea, or this is not the direction we want to go at all. You don't want to spend a whole lot of time on things like that. You want to spend time on the, like, when they approve it, like, we like the direction you're going, but we just want to change the characters, or the, like in this case, the structure of the room. That's fine, but they want to actually change the designs in the room. They like the where the doorway is. They may like that. They might like this idea here. But they like change this character, or not character, this statue or whatever it might be, or this booby trap, to look differently. It's just giving them ideas, trying to get the creative juices flowing. I don't know if I like that. This thing looks kind of dumb. There's something to keep. That back wall should have designs. You're not going to necessarily see the details very well from this side, but it should have some indication of design. We have a door right here. In the Egyptian temple, they have. How long would it take them to do that? Let's show you one of the references I have. Yes, I found. I mean, it's just online. It's the thing. It has this Gaston Bastini. I'm assuming this is the person who is actually the photographer. And if he is, and if he ever sees this, where was this one at? And how long would that take? Because that's a lot of work. I mean, they probably had a lot of people working on it. So, though sadly, a lot of the people probably were not free. They were probably forced to work on it. So one thing you can do with things like this, especially if you're doing a painting, is you can get some texture, some design or decoration, either something you quickly make yourself, or I mean, if you're getting from reference from actual, like you go to a castle or something and you see this nice design on the side of the wall, and you're just doing it yourself. That's one thing. In doing this type of stuff, I mean, pretty much, what did you find cool about the games and movies that you'd watch as a kid? And you're pretty much just trying to make that thing. What did you personally find cool? Let's change this. This stage, you're just trying to add that coolness. If it's just a blank room, person comes in, it's like, then it just looks like you never textured it. They're like, okay, I see bricks and stuff. They never added this stuff inside. Oh look, there's a monster trying to attack me in this blank, boring room. They want the cool factor. This thing still I'm not quite happy with, but I think if it had some might also help to erase this part of it. That's making it look a little bit better. Just giving it some sort of detail. And that's pretty much what this would be about. To fancy it all up, is giving all this nice detail and using reference. Use like, what did they do in actual ancient temples? In the Egyptian ones, they have the statues that they carved, but they also have a lot of, like, I'd say paintings, but I mean they're not really color, but they are kind of that style. I'm not sure what they use for those things. This is coming to an end. But just if you're looking to become a designer, graphic design is different. Concept is art, especially for games, movies, that sort of thing. Graphic design, they're all artistic to a degree, but they're in a unique, different way. Graphic design is more technical in the sense that you're taking this company and you're trying to figure out a good logo for them. Or it's like, okay, you have a construction company and they want a website designed for them. Well, how do you make this design really scream this specific company? And how do you make it cool? You still have to have that cool factor. But it's a little different for that, because that cool factor has to be a little bit more practical. When you're doing something like this, the cool factor doesn't have to have practicality outside of the fact that, okay, if it's supposed to be a room, there needs to be things that you're going to see in a room. You need to actually be able to enter that room, exit that room, so there's that practicality. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for this. It's okay. This is not what I would actually normally show. This is like, okay, I kind of like my idea, but I want to I need to design this better. This thing. Get some ideas for the actual statues and that kind of thing, which really you're going to come with that with what's the story. If it's just a general character exploring tombs, then look at real ones and see. And I have real reference up, but I don't want to just draw exactly what I see in those photos. I want to use that idea and create something different. Anyway, so hope you enjoyed this. I'll be ending this live stream. and subscribe, click the like button,